In the Mahabharata, I read one story which for me was a big learning lesson because many a times in life we are caught up in a situation where either we are blaming or being blamed, wanting to blame or feeling guilty because we blame ourselves. Why do bad things happen and who's really responsible for them? Are we responsible for them? Who is doing this? In Mahabharata, King Yudhishthir is being told this story by great Bhishma. Bhishma is telling him that Yudhishthir, there was a woman who had one small boy, and this boy was playing. While playing, snake came and bit the boy, and the boy died. Now, the mother was obviously very upset. Seeing the mother, one hunter who was passing by could not control himself, felt so bad once he understood the entire story, what had happened. He made up his mind to punish the culprit. The culprit in this case was obviously the snake. So he caught the snake somehow and held it captive, brought the snake to the lady, and told the lady, "See, woman, see, mother, look at this snake. He's the chap who is responsible for what has happened. Tell me, what should I do? Should I burn him alive? Should I cut him into pieces? What should I do so that he pays a price?" Now, the snake is talking to this hunter and telling the hunter, "See, you are mistaken. I am really not to be blamed. What I did was done on impulse, on instinct, and who is responsible for this impulse instinct? It is not me, it is Kal. Kal means time. Kal means more than time. Time and what is behind every moment which makes us do or happen in that moment. Let's say a predetermined action plan being executed moment to moment, microsecond to microsecond. So, Kal is that which is the predetermined destiny embedded in time. So, time with the seed of happenings personified, destiny and time personified together, time to time, moment to moment, what is in store for us, if that could be personified, made into a person, that would be called Kal. So Kal made me do it. This was to happen. So in the meanwhile, the woman responds. She tells the hunter, "Look, hunter, I don't want to do anything. Why? Why should I do another sin because the snake has his family, his wife, his mother, his children. They will go through what I am going through. Why should I do this? Let him leave, let him be free, leave him free. I don't want to punish the snake. What had to happen to me, this is my destiny, it had to happen. It is my fate. I will live with it. The hunter is not appreciating this point of view. The hunter is saying, if we don't punish people, they will go on doing what they have done. He will bite more such small children. More such mothers will cry. So, in my opinion, we should punish him very well so that more children don't die. Other snakes learn a lesson. The mother still doesn't agree. Mother says, who are we to do all this? Let nature do it. Let God do his own work. Still the hunter is not agreeable. In the meanwhile, Kal appears. Kal says that, see, I have done nothing. I am myself answerable to somebody else. I am answerable to Yama. Yama instructs me to make things happen so that Yama can do his job. So, I am not to be blamed. All this argument is going on. Yama appears. Who is Yama? Yama is death personified. In Hindu scriptures, mythology, it is god of death. The one who administers, controls the dying process, or at least the moment when we die. He is the one who is responsible to take away our souls and punish them, reward them, take them to the next destination. The administrator of death as a event, as a process. So he's Yama. Yama told me to do this. I have done it. This is what Kal says. Yama appears. Yama says, I am not to be blamed. Don't blame me. I am myself answerable to somebody. That somebody tells me and I just do that. Now that somebody is who? That who is karma. Karma personified appears. So, in the end, the story conveys that it's a chain of predetermined, predestined things linked to our karmas. Karmas means actions which lead to reactions, which lead to action, reaction, that chain. Finally, the hunter is convinced and leaves the snake free. Now, I found this story very useful to me, though I'm still not able to accept it, I'm still not able to live my life as per the story moral, but the story was useful, and at some point of time maybe it will make more sense than what it makes today.